Most men over 45 are making the same quiet mistake with their blazers, and it has nothing to do with fit or price. It's color. And before you say anything, before you walk into any room, the color you're wearing is already doing the talking. It shapes how people read you, whether you come across as grounded and credible or just kind of forgettable. Here's what I've noticed working with guys in their 40s and 50s. After a certain point, you stop dressing to impress and start dressing to hold your ground. You want to walk in and have people sense, without needing to be told, that you're someone worth paying attention to. The right blazer color does that. The wrong one undoes it, no matter how sharp the rest of the outfit is. I'm going to show you 3 colors that consistently work for men over 45. And I'll tell you about one color that most guys default to thinking it's safe, but actually creates problems more often than not. That third color is worth waiting for. It's the one most men overlook entirely, and the one that, in my experience, tends to get the most genuine, unprompted compliments. Let's get into it. Color 1, navy. First color, navy. And if you own one blazer right now, this should be it. Navy works because of what it communicates without trying. It reads as trustworthy, not in a stiff, corporate way, but in the way that makes people feel like you've got things sorted. There's a reason it shows up across so many different parts of American life. Business dinners, weekend trips, casual Fridays. It's not flashy. It doesn't ask for anything. It just quietly holds its own. For men over 45, that quality matters more than it did at 30. You're not trying to announce yourself. You're trying to show up with presence. And navy does that without any effort on your part. In terms of what to wear it with, the combinations are easy. Navy blazer, white or cream polo, dark wash jeans, brown leather loafers. Solid for a lunch, a client meeting, or dinner out. If you want to step up, swap the polo for a light blue dress shirt and add khaki chinos. On cooler days, a light gray crewneck under the blazer with charcoal jeans and suede loafers is a clean layered look that still feels relaxed. One thing to avoid: shiny navy or anything that looks like it was separated from a suit. What you want is unstructured or lightly structured, wool blend or quality cotton, matte finish. That's what lets it live comfortably with jeans and casual pieces instead of looking like you got dressed for the wrong occasion. If your hair has gone gray or salt and pepper, navy tends to be especially good. That contrast between silver and clean navy is one of those combinations that just lands. It makes the whole look feel intentional in a way that's hard to fake. Navy doesn't demand attention. It just holds it. For men over 45, that's exactly the kind of presence that lands well. Which of these 3 colors are you already working with? Drop it in the comments. I'm genuinely curious where most guys are starting from. Now, navy is great when you want people to feel at ease with you, but there are rooms where you need something with more weight behind it. That's where the next color comes in. Color 2, charcoal. Second color, charcoal. And the difference between charcoal and navy is this: navy makes people comfortable with you. Charcoal makes them respect you. There's a weight to a well-fitted charcoal blazer that you feel in the room before you can put words to it. It's not cold, it's not formal in a stiff way, it's just grounded, settled. It reads like a man who doesn't need to make a case for himself, because the case is already made. Charcoal comes into its own in situations where navy might feel a little too easy. Evening settings, high-stakes business conversations. Anywhere you want to come across as deliberate and composed rather than warm and accessible. Think of it this way. If navy is the blazer you wear when you want people to open up, charcoal is the one you wear when you need the room to listen. What to wear it with? Charcoal blazer, white polo, indigo jeans, clean and modern, works in most smart casual situations. Pair it with a cream knit and navy chinos if you want something with more texture. For evening, a white dress shirt, gray trousers, and leather Chelsea boots gives you a polished finish that doesn't veer into formal territory. Fabric matters more with charcoal than any other color on this list. Thin or synthetic charcoal looks flat and lifeless. It just doesn't hold up. Quality wool or a wool blend gives the color actual depth, the kind of visual weight that makes an outfit feel like it cost more than it did. When you're shopping for a charcoal blazer, that's the one detail worth being selective about. And if you're a bigger or broader guy, charcoal is a smart choice. It pulls the silhouette together and makes the overall shape look more cohesive. especially when the rest of the outfit stays in the same dark or neutral range. Navy earns goodwill. Charcoal earns respect. Both belong in the rotation. So we've got two strong options, one that builds comfort, one that builds authority. But the third color does something different from both of them. It's the one that makes people think you have taste. And most men have no idea it's an option for them. Color 3, dark olive, forest green. Here it is, the one I mentioned at the top, the color most men in their 40s and 50s walk right past, and the one that, when you actually wear it, tends to get the most genuine reactions. Dark olive, forest green, not bright green, not military surplus green, the deep muted tones that sit somewhere between green and brown, rich, understated, and just different enough to get noticed. Here's what makes it work. It's different without being loud. It signals a deliberate choice without making a production of it. When someone sees a man over 45 in a well-fitted dark olive blazer, they don't think he's trying to stand out. They just think he knows what he's doing. That's the distinction, and people pick up on it even if they can't name it. After 45, that kind of quiet confidence has real value. You're not chasing trends. You're not borrowing someone else's aesthetic. You've found what works for you and you're comfortable in it. An olive or forest green blazer communicates exactly that, without you having to say a word. Outfit combinations that work well. Olive blazer, cream polo, dark jeans, suede loafers. One of the cleanest casual looks a man over 45 can put together. Simple, textured, looks considered without looking labored over. For a step up, forest green with a white dress shirt, stone chinos, and brown brogues is smart casual that holds up for dinners or events. In fall and winter, try olive over an oatmeal crew neck, dark blue jeans, and Chelsea boots. The layering and fabric weight in that combination work particularly well together. Fabric is important here. Wool, tweed, or heavy cotton. The texture is part of what gives the color its richness. Thin or synthetic olive looks dull. The material needs to do some of the work. If your hair is gray, dark olive is worth a serious look. The contrast between silver hair and a deep green blazer is striking in a way that feels natural rather than calculated. And for men with warm or medium skin tones, olive is one of the strongest color choices you have. It harmonizes with the warmth in your complexion instead of competing with it. This is the color that makes people assume you have taste. Not because you're following anything, but because you made a clear choice. And that reads, if olive is new territory for you, hit like. It tells me what's actually useful to keep covering. 3 colors, 3 distinct impressions. But before I show you how to choose between them, I want to address the color most guys are probably already wearing, and why it may be working against you more than you think. Why black often works against you. Black. It's probably the most common default blazer color, and it makes sense. It feels safe, versatile, impossible to get wrong. In certain situations, it absolutely works. But as an everyday blazer for men over 45, it tends to create consistent problems that are worth knowing about. First, black is hard on the face. It's a high contrast color that emphasizes shadows, under the eyes, along the jaw. In natural light especially, it can make you look more tired or drawn than you actually are. Navy, charcoal, and olive all have undertones that sit more gently near the face. Black doesn't give you that buffer. Second, black carries a formality signal that's hard to shake. The moment you put on a black blazer, it reads as event wear, a gala, a formal dinner, something official. That's fine when it fits the occasion, but it limits you. In the same setting, a charcoal blazer reads as intentionally dressed. A black one reads as suited up. And in casual or business casual contexts, that slight mismatch adds up. Third, black closes things off. Navy naturally makes you seem approachable. Charcoal projects authority while still reading as human. Black creates distance. And for most men over 45, who are spending their time building relationships and navigating rooms where connection matters, that's a real cost, even if it's a subtle one. And practically, black shows everything. Lint, fading, any dullness from wear, it's all immediately visible. A black blazer that's slightly off looks cheap in a way that charcoal or navy simply doesn't. There are times when black is exactly right, but for everyday use, for men over 45, The three colors we covered will serve you better in more situations. Black is a narrow tool. These three are versatile ones. How to choose by hair, skin, and occasion. Now let me give you a practical way to figure out which of the three actually fits your situation. By hair. If yours has gone gray or salt and pepper, you're in a good spot. All three work, but navy and charcoal give you the sharpest contrast. And dark olive against silver hair is one of the better looking combinations in men's style over 45. If your hair is still predominantly dark, navy is the most reliable starting point. Olive adds depth and character, and charcoal is the call when you want something that carries more authority. By skin tone, lighter skin, navy is the most consistently flattering. Charcoal adds depth without washing you out, and if you go olive, lean toward warmer, more golden green tones. Medium or warm skin. Olive is one of your strongest options. It works with the warmth in your complexion rather than against it. Navy is still easy and reliable. Charcoal looks its best when you keep something light near the face, a cream shirt, a white polo, a light gray crewneck. By occasion, one blazer that covers the most ground, navy. More weight for high-stakes settings, charcoal. Personal style that people actually notice, dark olive. You don't need all three at once. Start with navy, add charcoal when you want a second option, and bring olive in when you're ready to develop something that's genuinely yours. If this kind of practical breakdown is useful to you, subscribing is the best way to see more of it. I put out style content specifically for men over 40, no trends, no filler. Let's land the plane. Navy, trustworthy, versatile, the most reliable blazer you can own after 45. Charcoal, grounded, authoritative, the one you reach for when the room calls for more weight. Dark olive, refined, distinctive, the color that tells people you dress with actual intention. None of these are trend dependent. That's the whole point. After 45, dressing well isn't about keeping up with anything. It's about showing up with a consistency and a presence that people feel the moment you walk in. You've done the work. The right color just makes sure the room knows it. If this was useful, drop a comment with the color you're going to try first. I read them all. And the next video covers the blazer fits and silhouettes that tend to work against men over 45. Because the right color can still be undone by the wrong cut. That one's worth watching before your next purchase. See you there.